So why did he take the step to actually marry my mom if this is the perspective of men dating single mothers?
Because men that were raised since probably I would say the 50s are the failures of our society. They're the simps.
Dear Lord.
Hey, no, that's
See, and I think that those
listen,
people are a dying breed.
no. Let's
listen,
be all
men today
Listen,
were raised.
I'm just saying there's credit to be given to men who loves a woman and can love their child as their own. At the end of the day, it takes a village, right? So our black men, certain black men stepped up in those ways.
That's not what the village mentality.
Anton,
that's not what the village mentality means. The village mentality is not that. That's not what the village mentality means.
I'm telling you right now, that was the only way that your stepdad could have got with your mama. Because in her prime, when she ain't had no children, she wouldn't have talked to nobody like your stepdad. That was the only way in.
Man,
hey, let me on this situation. It's funny. Hey, let me say this real fast. If it was my son, I wouldn't encourage my son who doesn't have kids to date a woman with kids. There's no way I couldn't.
And that's valid.
That type of investment, right?
Very much
would never do that. If a man has no kids, he shouldn't date or see or be with a woman with kids. Agree. Now, as a man who has kids, dating a woman with kids, I understand. Because now we both have an understanding. We realize we're parents. We coming in with a family, make a family. I can accept that more than a man with no kids dating a woman with kids. That makes no sense. But before any man go into a relationship with a woman, that woman needs to set the tone with them kids and get them kids right and let them know this man I'm marrying, this man's gonna come over and take over, and whatever he says goes.
I agree, man.
It goes. So the mother of the kids got to set the tone. Just like me as a father, I would have to set the tone for my kids and let them know this is the woman I'm gonna be with. Hey, what she say go? If I'm not here,
why would a man, if I can get the same product with less baggage, why would I do that?
Because it's not that easy. I dated a single mom, and she was
I'm talking speaking for my man who has kids. That's the point of view. And the women
women with kids like damaged goods. I'm just gonna be totally honest, bro.
Man, like, that's your opinion. I ain't gonna knock that. But like I said, I'm 47, so more than likely the women I'm looking at, the age range I'm looking at, they're gonna have a kid. Now I'm not dating no woman with young kids. I'm not dating no woman with no young kids. I
want to get Quentin. Let me get Quentin real quick. Quentin, what was you gonna say?
I think it's contingent on the kids, 100%. If your kids is in order, they fine. I'll rock with you. I was dating a single mom, and everything about her was great. And the first time I wed her 14-year-old daughter, the shit went off the fucking rails. And I'm like, I can't do it. That attitude, no, nigga, this is my house. Absolutely
I feel like everybody is.
I think age of the children has a lot to do with it too.
You said the first time you did what with the 14-year-old daughter? You met her?
14-year-old? Yes, I met her. She had a 7-year-old son. The son was great.
That's exactly why you don't meet the kids so early, my nigga. That's exactly why you let that breathe for a long time before you meet the kids.
That's a waste of time, nigga. What you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why would y'all reward a woman that then removed herself from the man that she decided to have kids with? Why would you reward her?
This is extenuating circumstances. He left her. She didn't leave him.
I don't care. Listen. She still had to choose the man that she wound up having kids with. And so when she chose it, bro, don't you realize that man
was married?
Listen. Let's put it in perspective. Hold on. Let's put it in perspective.
So she should. So
my wife, right? And I've been married for a long time. I've been married for 19 years. Okay.
What's the word?
And I got a 15-year-old daughter and everything, right? But here's the key. Hypothetically, because I'm never getting divorced, but let's just say hypothetically, we ever remove ourselves from each other. Do you know the shit that I've done to her sexually? Like, no, seriously. Like, no. Let's put it in perspective. We like to Dog, think about this. A man, no, listen, think about it. A man literally puts a seed inside of a woman. Often at times, especially now.
After y'all divorced, does she have a vagina? She's still getting
wait. Let me finish. Often at times, they have to cut that woman open like an alien and get the growing product out of her that in no way, shape, or form will be a reflection of you or is of you. Has no part of your legacy, is not anything. The fruit that tree bears has nothing to do with you. When it's all said and done, the lineage will never trace back to you at all, in no way, shape, or form, right? And so when you really start taking into perspective, also the idea that whoever it is that she gets with, he's also got to be married to her and me, because I'm forever gonna be tied to that child. Like, no matter what, that child is gonna yearn for me.
I don't ever have to meet you. I don't ever have to meet the child.
Hold on.
It's just me and her.
That child is gonna yearn for me. It's gonna want to understand me. It's gonna want to know where it came from. It's gonna want a relationship with me. It's gonna want to bond with me, no matter if I was in their life or not, so on and so forth. That child is going to forever be imprinted on by me. You as a man have a thankless, worthless job by going out and putting yourself in a position to try to fix what it is that you think that I broke, only for it to come back to me and then live and then be my legacy. Why would any man produce that?
Anton, being a father is a thankless job. Being a father is a thankless job.
That is worse than that.
Well, I agree. It is. But being a father alone is a thankless job. You don't always get the props that a man, a real father, deserves to get. You don't get it all the time on the record.
I thought that men were territorial. I thought that by default we were supposed to be territorial.
Manhood is thankless.
Why would I want? I don't, y'all. This is wild.
I've never seen
no junk like this, bro.
I feel like where this conversation is gone, we've went to a place where I feel like we're like kind of convicted with certain situations and lifestyles that we were never introduced to. However, we are all entitled to our own opinion. We are all very much entitled to be open and freely spoken on what we feel. But certain situations you won't understand. Example, Mr. Anton, you came from a two-parent household. You saw your parents be together every day. Other people didn't, so you wouldn't understand the purpose of a stepfather or a stepmother because you never had to walk or step in those shoes.
We was never supposed to be step anything.